Motivation, Happiness, and Hard Truths with myself, Megan Ridgel. I'm so super excited you're joining me today because in this episode, we're going to be talking about what exactly it means to work at your own pace, how to make sure you stop comparing your situation to that of others, and some tips and tricks on how exactly to get to where you want to be in life, all while being patient and kind with yourself as you work towards the things that you deserve. If you're new here, welcome, and I'm so excited that you're joining me. If you're returning for yet again another video, thank you, and I appreciate you so much. Please make sure you guys all turn on your post notifications and subscribe to the channel. That way you're alerted every single time new content is released. With that being said, let's go ahead and jump in. So if you clicked on this video, you are more than likely struggling with everything that is going on in life right now for you. You may be finding yourself really upset or down or saying really bad things to and about yourself because you're not exactly where you thought you would be in life at this moment. Maybe you haven't hit your landmarks, and maybe you're just not happy with everything that is not working out, right? Maybe you're just really stressed out because of the things that you're missing out on or you're lacking or that you just don't have. Maybe you're finding yourself consistently comparing your situation and what you do have to that of other people around you who you know. And maybe you just truly do not know how to reach the things that you're looking for in life and how exactly to get there. And that's what we're going to go over today. So what does it mean to work at your own pace? First and foremost, I want you to understand that everything that you want in life can be yours. If you guys hear anything from this video, please remember that the world is your oyster and everything is obtainable. With that being said, just because it doesn't happen for you in the moment that you planned or at the moment that somebody else has it happening doesn't mean that it's not going to happen for you. Everybody has different timelines that things work out for them. Unfortunately, some people do have to go through more trials and tribulations and issues and bumps in the road in order to get exactly what it is that they're looking for and need. Some people may have an easier time doing so. For example, I know for me personally, I am going to school for my bachelor's, and instead of being able to take full-time classes, I can only take 2 classes at a time. So it's truly putting a little pushback on when I'm going to be able to get my degree. Some of my friends and coworkers, they've already been in their dream career. They have the salary and the amazing things that they wanted because they already were able to obtain their degree. However, for me, it doesn't bother me because I don't compare my situation to others. So I understand that that was their pace, it was their time, and I'm still very, very happy for all the success that they have gotten because they've also worked extremely hard for it and are so deserving. But I'm also grateful and understanding of my own situation that when it is my time, it will come. And please remember that whether it's 2 years from now or 50 years from now, that time is going to come and it's going to go. And you can either have those things that you want because you still put the time in instead of being discouraged and upset, or you just won't. So working at your own pace means just that. Being okay and kind to yourself for everything that you are doing to progress towards those very things that you're looking for. Making sure that you are being patient and understanding that things do happen. I mean, for example, how many times have you had some extra money that you thought would be fun money or an amount saved in your savings account that you were hoping for, and then your car blows up, or something in your house happens, or an unexpected bill comes up? I mean, that's just the reality. Unfortunately, things happen that come up and may put a hold or hinder us on certain situations, but that doesn't mean your time's not coming. I promise you, you will have the car, you'll have the relationship, you'll have the house or the degree and the money. You'll have those things. Whatever success looks like for you, you will have those things and you will get it in due time on your pace. It's important to remember that you are not somebody else. So comparing your situation to theirs is only hindering you. And I have heard so many times that comparison is the biggest evil that we have. And it's very, very true. I mean, if you think about it, when you're comparing your situation to that of others, you're really just being ungrateful and unfair to yourself. You're not allowing yourself to be gracious and happy for what you do have because you're focusing so much more on your energy being negative and unhappy that you're not in the situation that your neighbor may be in. And that's so unfair to yourself. You're discrediting yourself for the things that you have done and where you have gotten. And why do that to yourself when you know that you are still going to have those things? Again, just because somebody got it before you doesn't mean that you're not going to have it. And to be honest, sometimes things happen that put a halt because maybe it's not the right thing for us. Maybe it's not the right person for us or the right adventure for us. But that doesn't mean that there's not greater things coming, that there's not better things coming in the situation. You have to be patient and kind to yourself. And most importantly, remember to stop comparing. You individually are an amazing person, and you're going to have those things that you want, the things that you deserve, and the things that you need. But if you continue to compare, you're creating not only a bitterness towards other people because you're just having this hate and this animosity or this, bitterness towards another human being because of something that they have. You could ruin relationships, you could ruin family relationships, romantic relationships, whatever the case is, because you are so focused on comparing, and that causes a bitterness towards the other person. But you're also causing a bitterness and a negative energy within yourself. You're not allowing yourself to speak highly of yourself. You're not saying, wow, I'm awesome and I'm doing great and I'm going to get there, but you're saying the negative and the darker things about yourself, and your mind starts to believe it and it becomes a reality. You've got to stop comparing. That's the first step. Make sure you stop comparing yourself and your situation, because you will get there. Now, we've talked about what it means to work at your own pace. We've talked about why it's important to stop comparing. Now, the next step is just to really go over a couple steps that can ensure you are on the right track to getting what you want. I know sometimes it's easier said than done, and you may need a plan. So let's go ahead and just go over those couple steps to see if this helps you be able to progress and move forward towards the things that you want in your life at your own pace. So the first step in going and getting what you want, but at your own pace, is just reminding yourself just that. You are you, and you are precious, you are amazing, and you are important. Your pace and your path is important. Remembering that you are an individual human being and you will never be anybody else, and to remind yourself to stop comparing. If you find it easier to maybe get off of social media platforms because that's where you find yourself comparing to friends and coworkers or even celebrities, because we do that, to be honest, then get off of social media. Give yourself a break, detox. If you find it easier to make sure that you're not talking to a certain group of people because they just make you feel like negative and they're not there pushing you and helping you persevere in a positive way, but they're belittling you and shunning you and telling you the bad things or the things that you haven't done, then distance yourself from the group. There's no harm in making sure that you have the right environment in order to continue to work at your own pace. And that's the first and probably one of the most important steps towards getting everything that you deserve. Step 2 is just making sure that you are working towards the right things. It's important to remember that you want to go after and chase the things that you are passionate about and that you're good at. Because if you don't, then sometimes you do slow your own pace down. If you feel pushed and you feel pressured into fitting into this world or to having this degree or for being in this relationship or living in this location, you are really, really not allowing yourself to do what you love and what makes you happy. And you are hindering your own pace because, let's be honest, if you don't want to do something, are you going to do it? Most of us aren't. And if we do, it's going to be very, very slow. We're going to stall, and you're just holding up time for what you actually want to do and what is important to you. So make sure that you're going after the right things. Make sure that you are working at your own pace towards the right path that is going to make you ultimately the happiest that you can be. To tag along with this, it is super, super important to make sure that you have a plan once you have your understanding. If for you, your goal is to make YouTube videos, then you need to understand, what are you going to make YouTube videos about? How are you going to do it? When are you going to release your videos? Who do you want these videos to reach? All these things are super important in creating your blueprint. I'm a huge fan of blueprints because it helps you along the way of understanding exactly where you're going to go, how you're going to get there, the steps to do so, and everything along the way. For me, I have a vision board. It's all set up by my bed. I see it every single day when I wake up. My notes section in my phone is absolutely my lifesaver. It's overtaken. There's so many notes in there that help me personally. I have a calendar on my desk that I make sure I have everything written down, what videos I'm going to release, when I'm going to do this at work, when I'm even going to have play dates with my daughter. All these things set up because it makes me realize and it helps me to make sure I'm on the right path towards my pace and what works for me, where I can be at the time, who I can provide for in the time, what I can do in that time, and all things that work for me towards my goal and towards my visions. And you need to make sure that you're doing the exact same thing. Not only do you have your blueprint for the sake of just looking at it because it makes you visually understand, but are you following this blueprint? Are you giving yourself reasonable and obtainable goals? Are you allowing yourself reasonable and obtainable time to do the things that you're asking for? Don't put too much pressure on you. Nobody is pressuring you to get there, or they shouldn't be. And again, if they are, think about what I said earlier with reevaluating those people. Do what you're passionate about, have your blueprint, and give yourself reasonable time strains. Give yourself reasonable goals. Give yourself reasonable things that you're going to do within those times and days to achieve these things. So, step 3 for me is huge. I'm a very big, repetitive affirmation type of person, and I think it's really important that every single morning you wake up and you tell yourself, not only give yourself affirmations about how amazing you are, because it's true, but you sit down and you think of 1 to 2 goals every single day that you can do that will get you there where you want to be. Now, you know that you need to stop comparing. You have your blueprint. You have your understanding of what you're doing. Now you need to remind yourself every single day, this is where I'm going to get, and today, because I want to get here, I'm going to do A and B. I'm going to do 1 and 2. Whatever works for you, wake up every single day and work towards your goal. I mean, if you think about losing weight, for example, you can't just lose weight by thinking about you're going to lose weight, even though that would be amazing. But you have to have a goal. Maybe it's every single day I'm going to get up at 5 a.m. and I'm going to go for a walk. And today, instead of eating those cookies, I'm going to eat an orange and an apple for a snack. Whatever the case is, when you want to do something, you have to have these goals and these visions implemented into your daily basis. So with that being said, obviously the morning is the best time to do this. The first thing you should do every single morning is repeat to yourself how great you are, how you're going to have everything you deserve, and then give yourself some reasonable goals and things that you can do within the day to achieve and get closer to where you want to be. Even sometimes it helps, for me, that's why I use my note sections. I like to just put everything down in there, and then I'm able to put the little check mark, and I'm like, oh, I got so much accomplished today because I did everything that was on my list. Or if it's on your calendar and you can check those off, or if you're more of a handwritten person and you carry a list around with you, something that you can visually see, like, I am actually putting in the work and putting in the progress to get to where I want to be and where I deserve to be, because you do deserve those things. I always like to be that annoying voice of reason, so let me just be the one who has to tell you that if you haven't heard this before, you are deserving, and you absolutely will get to where you want to be. Just remember that you have to just stop comparing. Stop putting your situation next to other people when you are so amazing yourself. And your path and your goal is completely different from Sarah down the street, because it is so special to you. And what you're meant to do will never be what somebody else is meant to do. And that is perfectly okay. So let's stop comparing. The cat wanted in the video. So let's stop comparing. Let's make sure that we are doing exactly what makes us happy. Driving for that passion and running after it, because you will ultimately work so much harder and give so much more of yourself when you're doing that. Make sure that you have your blueprint and that you are truly looking every single day, what can I do to get to where I want to be? And most importantly, guys, remember that you are patient and kind with yourself in this process. If you continue to say bad and negative things about you, unfortunately, you're probably going to have bad and negative results. You've really got to speak the things into existence and speak highly of yourself if you want to have these things. Remind yourself all the time how amazing you are, how capable you are, and how deserving you are. No matter how many times things may come and serve as a bump in the road, I promise you there's a workaround. It may seem traumatic in the moment, and it may be. It may seem overwhelming, and you might want to just throw in the towel, but don't. Because your pace is specific and special to you, and regardless of how many bumps in the road come, you will get around them. You will get the things that you want and that you deserve. Just remember that when you truly, truly, truly want something, you can't compare, and you just have to make sure that you are doing the right steps to get it, and I promise you, you will. Again, you are so capable, you are so amazing, and you are so deserving of these things. So be gentle. Be kind, be patient with yourself, and continue to work at your own pace. Be grateful and happy for where you are in life right now, and feel encouraged. Get excited about your future. And stop discouraging yourself and being negative and upset with yourself when things don't work out exactly how you want them to in the moment, or maybe you make mistakes and you are just kind of upset about that. Stop doing that, okay? Make sure you are happy 100% of the time, grateful for what you have, and get yourself ready for those next steps, guys. It's a super exciting thing, but just make sure that you take your time and you are comfortable and happy with the pace that you are working at. Don't let outside pressures persuade you to do things that you don't want to do or complete them faster. And don't let the things that you see, compare, and harbor so much inside of you that you create a negative world towards other people and within your own mind. You will have everything you deserve, I promise. I really hope this video helped, guys. I'm super excited to return again next Monday for another video. Again, please make sure you turn on your post notifications and subscribe. That way you will be notified every single time a new video comes out. Always remember that you are loved, you are appreciated, you are cared for, you are heard, and you are seen. And I will talk to you guys next Monday. I hope you have a fantastic week and that everything that comes your way today plays a part in all the amazing things that you're going to have in your life. Stay amazing, guys, and I'll talk to you soon.